Hello everyone, I am going to present this short video on the basic 5-paragraph essay. One of the key things in the basic 5-paragraph essay is the fact that it follows a specific format, and that specific format is an introduction, 3 body paragraphs, and then a conclusion. We're going to talk about the introduction in this video, and the consecutive videos after this will talk about each different section. So the introduction of an essay should be comprised of the following. There should be a hook sentence. There should be builder sentences, which is general information on the topic. It could be the names of the authors and the names of the articles or the names of the poems as well. The final sentence in your introduction should be the thesis statement. That includes the topic, which is, of course, you're comparing and contrasting media outlets' perspective of war, your position on it, and then 3 ways to support your position. And we'll talk more about the thesis statement at the end of this video. Let's first focus on the hook sentence. A hook sentence is a sentence that will encourage your reader to continue reading. It will be interesting and cause your reader to need and want more information. There are several kinds of hook sentences, and that's in this little link. If you click on it, it's going to take you to the hook sentence handout. And the hook sentence handout is how to write a hook for an essay. These are a few ideas to inspire a good essay hook. So the first one is a literary quote. Now, you can see the literary quote here is taken specifically by an author. You can utilize a quote from a song that you're using or the TV show or movie. You could use a quote from the PTSD video. You could also use a quote from the poem, a line from the poem, just as long as you give recognition to the author or the speaker of that quote. Finally, or second of all, there are quotes of famous people. So since we're focusing on veterans and our media outlets' perspective and our perspective of war, you could find a quote from a famous person about the effect of war, and that would be your hook sentence. So that's your opening line of your introductory paragraph. The third kind is an anecdote. An anecdote is a narrative. It's basically a story or a brief intro to a story. So, for example, if you were going to utilize maybe something that you're familiar with as far as a veteran or PTSD or how it affects people, and you have a short story about that, you can use that as your opening line, as your hook sentence. Another is a question. Unfortunately, I don't really think a question is a good hook sentence for seniors in high school. It definitely does not show an advanced writing skill. You were using questions to open up your essays way back in junior high and early high school. So try not to use the question as your hook. You could also set the scene, which is utilizing words like imagine or, demonstrating, setting a picture up, using imagery to set a picture up of what war looks like based on the people affected by it. It could be someone specific, like if I did Dulce et Decorum Est with Wilfred Owen, maybe I would set the scene by telling, writing that, imagine marching, behind the wagon of men that were affected by the gas attack. It might be something to that effect. You don't have to use the word imagine. That's just what the thought process is. You would utilize that. Another hook sentence choice is using an interesting fact or definition. For example, if you had some kind of information about PTSD and how it affects people or how it affects veterans, or even the perspective of media outlets that focus on war and so on. That would be a good, interesting factor definition. The final one are statistics. Now, we're not doing a lot of research here, or we're not doing any research really, so you wouldn't have necessarily a statistic unless you went out there and looked for that statistic. So that is basically what a hook sentence looks like. And the next section of the intro paragraph are the builder sentences. And builder sentences are basically allow you to introduce the background information on your subject It introduces the reader to your topic. It should include things that you would want to know about your topic if someone was telling you about it in a conversation. Some other good information to include would be the name of the author and titles, any personal experience you have with the topic, background information concerning the topic, and even general information that you know about the topic. So this is where you kind of set the scene for your essay. You don't necessarily tell your reader everything you're going to talk about. You just give them a general foundation of information. So there's the hook sentence, we got builder sentences, and finally the thesis statement. I remember in high school I was really intimidated by writing the thesis statement, so I've tried to come up with the easiest way, and I refer to the thesis statement as the big TS. And the thesis statement, all it is your topic, your position on your topic, and 3 ways to support your position. Obviously, the 3 ways you're going to support your position in this case are your 3 media outlets, your poem, your PTSD video, and then song, TV show, movie, or whatever else you're choosing. So those 3 things should be mentioned in your thesis statement. Okay, and we'll talk more about this when we actually do some practice writing. But here's an example of a thesis statement. So dogs are great pets because they help owners get exercise and are loyal and friendly. So I know that the topic is dogs. I can make sense of that based on how the sentence was written. The position of the writer is that they make great pets. And then the 3 ways that they're going to support their position is that they help owners get exercise, they're loyal, and they're friendly. So if you're using this as a thesis, the paper should follow the format it lays out. The first body paragraph should be about dogs helping owners get exercise, paragraph 2 about dogs being loyal, and paragraph 3 about dogs being friendly. You should be able to add transitions smoothly between paragraphs, so order your points in a manner that flows well logically, and each paragraph should begin with a topic sentence that relates directly back to your thesis. So when we start looking at the body paragraphs, you're going to recognize that each topic sentence refers back to the positions that this person has on the fact that dogs are great pets. If you have any questions on the introductory paragraph, you need to go ahead and reach out to me, either through email or direct contact. But as you can see, an introductory paragraph has a hook sentence, builder sentences, and a thesis statement. Alrighty.